All these emerging technologies, for example, artificial intelligence, machine vision, big data, data analytics, they are going to impact agriculture a lot in a positive way. What is the fundamental problem with agriculture right now? Basically, I am coming from a traditional farming family. For generations, family was engaged in farming, and I come from northern India, especially there is a province called Uttar Pradesh, Western UP. And I was born in my village, and I did my primary education from the village itself. I did my 10th class from my village, and for 12th, I basically shifted from village to nearby city, which is Meerut. So I did my 12th from Government Inter College Meerut. And just after, I was a good student right from the beginning. So after 12th, I got an opportunity to get admission in India's first agriculture university and one of the most known institution in this field. It is called GB Pant University. It is in Uttarakhand now. I thought of pursuing, veterinary sciences initially, but after landing at that institution, it's a great institution, a large campus. It was set up on the design and everything, curriculum, everything was on Illinois University. So when I basically went there for admission, so I thought, my passion lies in agriculture. I have seen my family engaged in this vocation. And I find relating myself more towards the agriculture side than in animal husbandry or veterinary. I was curious to basically understand agriculture better and know it from a changing perspective, the way it was being done so far. So that basically was the primary motivation to know it better and to know it deep. Initially, a little bit of hesitation was there. How I will fit into that environment, that cultural shift from village to city. So then you identify your place. So for example, I was having stories how guys in a city, they were very curious how the villages are. I was very curious how the city is. Okay, so very soon we strike the chord. And then some of my friends, they will come along with me, stay with us, and likewise. So, and going to college, taking admission in BSc Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. So it was kind of a natural progression. But the word window was wide. I learned so many things in my institution that where I thought if all these learnings, if I take back to my village, that can add a lot of value. Apart from there are two sides of it. There are fundamentals which basically develop all the principles, and there is a practical happening inside your or just on next to your door. So whatever the principles I will study, I can definitely correlate them in real time. They will work on your fundamentals, and then you have to translate your knowledge into the real business. My first job was with a company called Chambal Fertilizers. They were into fertilizer and plant nutrition kind of products, and my first posting was in Haryana. And the place where I studied, northern India, I have never seen the one of the crop, cotton. And this part of the country, this is the major cotton belt, northern cotton belt. So I basically studied cotton as a crop in books, but first time I saw the cotton in Sirsa. But the corporate side, farming is a case of pure management. You have to factor every cost. See, I also evolved with Indian market. First 10 years of the career, they remain first thing confined to the north central geography of the country. Most of the time I was working in the northern India, central India and western India. That was one. Second thing, it was heavily focused on plant inputs and crop input side. So you are basically into the marketing of fertilizers, marketing of plant protection chemicals, marketing of seeds, and then continue to do the same job. And you move from maybe from a limited area to managing larger areas and perhaps one state and then couple of states. I always wanted to basically work across the value chain. Agriculture per se, if you look out, it is divided in three parts, or you have three sections in this value chain, very distinct. One is the entire production activity, which starts from which crop to grow until the time you harvest. Then this harvest is supposed to come to market and you have to sell it, either for whatever be the purpose. Once you sell it, it will go for different type of consumptions. One is direct consumption, for example, fruit and vegetables. It can go as a raw material for food processing industry. It can go for export and import purposes. So these are the three parts. I have learned about input, and now really we need to look into what is happening after input. So at the same time, Indian retail was basically making an advent. It was coming into the country. All our organized retail is getting into an organized shape. Companies like Pantaloon, Reliance, all major, our industrial houses, business houses in the country, and those who were basically having a solid presence, they were entering here. It's a natural progression of economic reforms also. And food is an important part for any organized retail. So suddenly, opportunities, they were coming up. And then I also thought, let me see what happens to this agri-produce once you take it to the market. So that prompted me to basically grow further, and I joined Reliance Retail as a part of that progression. So the idea was to work across value chain, and the second instinct or second objective was work across India. So I always wanted to be kind of someone who knows at least Indian agriculture thoroughly, right from the decision what to grow and then finally to the consumption. Farmer remains a farmer at heart, wherever you go. So I worked in a very, very good mature retail formats. I worked with Reliance Retail, I worked with Aditya Birla Retail, and finally Mother Dairy, one of the largest food retailer in the country. So I thought, let me go back. And my generic industry, whatever I have learned in these 10 years, let me go back to my domain and try to create teams, those who are as competitive, as efficient, and as progressive, forward-looking to these mature markets and mature categories. So agriculture companies also, they started thinking, so retail is happening around us, we should also set up a retail format. Many companies entered at that point of time, and my current organization where I work, they also thought of setting up one of the retail format, and that was the primary reason to come here, bring all those learnings, culture and everything which matches to new economy and forward-looking business requirements. That was the primary reason. Agriculture is an aggregation of all the fundamental science. So I was looking for a company who is basically better into long-term initiatives. So I got that opportunity with my current employer. At that time, the group was known as Nagarjuna Group. So they are first thing, they were into hardcore agriculture only. The group does agriculture in and out, no other vertical. And in agriculture also, there was a complete thought behind the business. For example, one set of companies will take care of plant nutrition, the other set of company will take care, another set of companies will take care of production, and then there is a dedicated company for water management, and then there is a company in information management. So they set up the India's first agri-ICT company in 1999. So then I joined here, and we could find out, the basic fundamental problem in India is decreasing productivity. Farmers are not getting right price to their produce. And then there is a problem called, credit. The entire value chain and farmers per se in India everything is credit related, right from the purchase of seed until the time you sell your produce and beyond that. Our motto should be to bring value near to farmers. So that is how FARMGATE. In 2014, when the current government came, so they decided many areas to reform agriculture like us. They said, soil, we will do something to bring back that health again, that balance inside, the soil quality. And then they said market interventions are important, insurance is important. They brought number of schemes. And we also make a representation that market is important. That will bring the finally, the balance this value chain requires. So that is how this e-national agriculture market, this concept comes into the picture. Our vision is to have a platform which should basically serve the farmers in all means right at their doorstep, and take all this experience, products, technology to other geographies also. We are working on a mission, and which is to transform the way our farmers are approaching agriculture. And in the process, when you add some value, like I said, we are not living in a proprietary age. We are living in an open source, open AI age. We built value platforms for food and agriculture value chains. So we wanted our farmers to have visibility how their produce is being sold. And it is also important for consumers. Consumers are ending up paying more, farmers are getting less, so most of the benefits are going in middle somewhere. So our idea was to make this place transparent. Our consumers should consume more so that farmers are motivated to grow more. So this is where the idea of basically FARMGATE comes into the picture. We said in today's age, the power of technology is playing an important role in helping anyone to take decisions and having a complete visibility across the spectrum. We will digitize the whole marketplace so that when farmers are coming in the market to sell their produce, they will have some visibility, how the prices are moving at least inside a market. We achieved that in Punjab in 2012 in a World Bank project, and that went very well. That gave a lot of confidence. Whatever digitization we are basically witnessing around us, this can happen inside agriculture also and in India. All these emerging technologies, for example, artificial intelligence, machine vision, big data, data analytics, they are going to impact agriculture a lot in a positive way. What is the fundamental problem with agriculture right now? So we have to improve efficiencies. So these all technologies will help you to apply the precise quantity of all your inputs, and they will also ensure that you are getting maximum out of your inputs. Correct? Means all your inputs will be better efficient. When all these variables which impact the quality and quantity of a crop, when they are aggregated at one place and you build an intelligence, the kind of insights you will get, they will basically help you to take decisions, informed decisions well in advance. So with all this, you will reduce your cost and you will be having better produce in your hands. You will reduce waste. You will have historical data about your fields, historical data about your cultivation practices, and you will also have the visibility of market. So your buyers can always basically have the visibility of what you are producing. So finally, this all technologies will address all the kind of opaqueness right now we are having in different parts of the value chain, and the greater goal of connected agriculture and having information in real time is going to help everyone, farmer as well as the markets as well as consumers.
My name is Mohit and I am the co-founder of Nebula Innovations. I am a graduate of IIT Jodhpur. We started Nebula in 2016 with an aim to automate manual quality assessment. Where we talk about manual quality assessment, Back then, manual quality assessment was very tedious, very subjective and very cumbersome task. It used to take around 30-minute time to assess one sample. Now with MAT, we are doing this quality assessment under 1 minute time. We have developed this technology with the help of artificial intelligence and computer vision technologies. With our innovation MAT, we have been awarded India and US patent for this technology. MAT enables traders and farmers to decide whether the quality they are buying is accurate, and basically MAT helps farmer to understand what kind of produce they are bringing to mandi ecosystem.
And the whole concept of ENAM, it's a PMO project and one of the priority program of Government of India, and the whole vision was one market, one nation. ENAM story, if you look at today, this is the largest agri-sport platform globally. We have 17.4 million farmer users. On ENAM portal, since its inception, we have done 80 million metric ton trade, comprising of 209 commodities. ENAM has been rolled out in India in 24 states and 3 union territories. In ENAM, anybody can see price movement of a specific commodity across 1,300 markets across country. So the power is going to come in the hands of users now. It's a phenomenal success in terms of bringing that belief in rural ecosystem. It's a phenomenal success, for basically starting an era of, information technology adoption in farming community of India. And we did a lot of hand holding for all the farmers. They will come and they will be basically given training, and we will disseminate a lot of information, awareness, how to use it, how to put up your lot, how to trade it, how to sell it, and you get your payment. So after ENAM's coming and initial success, you will see, Indian agriculture space has witnessed a phenomenal growth in terms of startups. Before ENAM, we were having hardly 20, 30, double-digit number of agri startups in India. Today we have more than 2,000 working startups, and it gives us a lot of satisfaction. Got good recognition. In early stage, we were recognized by one of the very prestigious awards, Gems of Digital India. We have been recognized by Merchant Chamber of Calcutta, and more than that, most recently, and probably one of the pioneering kind of recognition, especially for agriculture digitization or information technologies contribution into agriculture. The ENAM team, ministry, us and everyone, we have got Digital India Award 2022, and the category is really important, which gives a lot of satisfaction for impacting the lives of citizens. Today we say it's a business, agri-business, agriculture, making agriculture an enterprise. Definitely all these technologies and this marriage of biological sciences and engineering, electronics will definitely going to make these systems very, very efficient. As they say, the future belongs to two things. One is genomics and other is algorithm. So this is how I'm very, very hopeful, and I see a bright future for agriculture and this world.